Good morning, sir. Sir, shall we start the meeting, sir?
Yes, madam. Madam, we can start now the 10:05. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, madam. Okay.
Good morning and a hearty welcome to everyone present here on the marvelous Monday morning. This is the sixth day of our orientation program. So, to start this week, we have an eminent personality from Nehru School of Architecture to address us on the topic Yes, I Can. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to welcome the ever gorgeous, ever smiling architect Dr. Amrutha, Director, Nehru School of Architecture, Coimbatore, to this program. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vasuki. I think the new students they would have got a glimpse of me with the introduction. Thank you so much.
Now, I like to invite Ms. Abhisha Dani, Assistant Professor, BBA and BSc, Nehru College of Aeronautics and Applied Sciences, to introduce our resource person. Abhisha, ma'am, I welcome you, ma'am.
A very good morning to everyone. I'm really delighted to engrave the profile of our architect Dr. Amrutha ma'am. Dr. Amrutha Sachin secured her Bachelor of Architecture from Malnad College of Engineering, Hassan, Karnataka in 2005. She holds Master of Architecture in Urban Design from University of Mysore, Karnataka in 2007 and Master of Philosophy in Sustainable Development from Global University Nagaland in 2010. She received her doctorate in development studies from University of Mysore, Karnataka in 2016. At present, she is pursuing her Master of Science in Applied Psychology from Bardiyar University, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. With 15 years of comprehensive experience in architecture and urban design, she illustrates proficiency in teaching, designing, and developing projects corresponding to green and sustainable architecture. Currently designated as Professor and Director at Nehru School of Architecture, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, she has contributed sustainably in delivering a curriculum that embodies a broad range of perspectives in architectural education. Her role as a team leader of Taro Leading Edge in the GIZ Coimbatore Urban Design Competition draws parallel to the collective effort of connecting academia to practice. She is the state chairman of Indian Leadership Council Development for Tamil Nadu chapter. Her profound background in teaching and research enabled to implement the ideologies into practice forms with added dimensions of economics, psychology, and timeline. She has 11 published papers, 4 unpublished papers, 8 working papers, 15 presentations, 18 training programs, and 9 conferences to her credits. She has membership in Council of Architecture, New Delhi, Indian Plumbing Association, Coimbatore, BuiltMat, Coimbatore, and she is an associate at the Indian Institute of Architects, Coimbatore. She is also a member of Board of Studies for 2 universities in South India and thesis panelist for 3 colleges in Tamil Nadu. She has been the research assessor for Journal of Civil Engineering and Architecture as well as Indian Council of Applied Research in Engineering. Dr. Amrutha's awards and honor include Pratibha Puraskar 2009, Golden Award of Human Excellence 2018, A3 Foundation Teacher Award 2018 to 2019, and Women Excellence Award 2019. It is indeed a great pleasure to have you amidst us, ma'am. I welcome you wholeheartedly, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhisha, for enumerating my profile. So, shall we start the presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Over to
Yeah,
you, ma'am. You can start.
thank you. Yeah. Good morning, one and all. Myself, Dr. Amrutha, and as rightly been introduced by Vasuki and Abhisha ma'am, I'm the professor in architecture, urban design, and applied psychology. So today I am along with y'all to see, to seek, and to understand and to take away something, the very own yes, I can concept. If you see this particular slide, there are a lot more things over here. We have a very prestigious Nehru Group of institutions celebrating 52 plus years. So we are an institution. Then we have Nehru College of Aeronautical and Applied Sciences. So this is another prestigious institution amongst the Nehru Group. So this is the body which will probably give you the degree, when you go out of your 3 years of bachelor's of whatever course you have taken. But let me try and look into the system. And now I am addressing all of you with the perspective that you are a fresher to the college. First of all, I heartily welcome all the freshers 2020 to Nehru College of Aeronautical and Applied Sciences. Let us take a overview of the system. We have the educators. Like in the country, we have the ministry, university, college, faculty, parents, and also the society. They provide you education. Now, education is something which is structural and systematic learning, which has got some kind of specific study materials. And there are a lot of activities which enhance your learning process. And it all depends on your performance, how you take this education forward. Now, specifically addressing you as students, you have your own roles, responsibilities, and challenges. Predominantly, it is the age factor. You're probably in the verge of concluding your teenage, or most of you probably for another 1 more year, you must be enjoying your teenage. And then you have lot of desires that I want to do this, I wish to have this, and all that. And then you have a lot of distractions also, a lot of things going on around the world, everything is available on the internet, social media, and things like that. So that will be the distraction. But then you also have a goal with which you have taken this subject or taken this course and this college, and you have been with us. So then you should also look into the attributes. That means, how could you be logical and rational? At the same time, you have to value and respect your emotions. And of course, all this will have to be dealt with modest amount of responsibility also. So, can you take this up? And according to me, the answer is yes, I can. So, this is what all I'm here to let you know about how it can be done. You are a freshman in college. This is one of the most beautiful part of anybody's life. Why is it so? Why going to college is so thrilling? It's because it's one of the most exciting times in life. It also gives you some kind of an independence and freedom. All these days you were school going kids and now you're college going students. So that is some kind of a sign of independence. You all love to be free. So you're meeting like minded people in college. You explore different facets of education, of life, of enjoyment, entertainment, all those things. Then you're creating lifelong memories. So that's why going to college is so thrilling. At the end of it, you have something awarding, rewarding, a takeaway. That's your bachelor degree. So now we'll take it from here. A student's life is busy and managing study, personal life can be really hard. So, how do we do it? So, some tips for balancing your schoolwork and social life. First of all, you could be prioritizing your classes. You can be friends with people who are focused on school, and you can have designated study time. You can make social plans in advance. So, these could be some of the tips which can help you. So, can you do this? Yes, I can. That is the answer. We'll do one thing. We'll take some inspiration from a story of an eagle. So can you all be an eagle? How do we do that, or how do we go ahead? So, to begin with, creating a healthy and happy school life balance, we need to look into planning and organization. Now, what is this planning and organization all about? First of all, you have to concentrate on the goal that you have got. Consider your degree as the primary goal. So you have shed off all your old things and you're stepping to a new life or a new lifestyle that you're going to embrace for the next 3 years. So I'm here to say that how this can be done collectively with planning and organization. So you need to also look into the support system. So therefore you build a school support network with peers. That is, you make friends, you network with them so that they support you also to travel along this 3 years of journey in your bachelor degree. Schedule time off for studying. Manage your time wisely. Now, this deals with not only studies, it is also dealing with your personal life. I will tell you about that little later. Most importantly, minimize distractions in your home environment. Access your online classroom regularly and don't wait until the last minute. Classes might happen on an online mode or offline mode in any which manner. You have to avoid the kind of distractions that you're getting from your family background or a home atmosphere or any kind of things like that. Try to keep it secondary because your primary goal is education and degree for which you have come here. Can you? Yes, the answer is I can. So let's see how it is possible with another short story. Now, this is the story of two friends who lived happily and who used to play along and have a very good time, a great time. One day, what happened? The two friends, amongst that, the elder one, that one fell into the well, and the younger one was trying to be little helpless because there was nobody to help, nobody to call upon. Who would he even consider for help? So then, finally, what he thought was this little one, he thought he could do something. So he found a little bucket over there with a rope. He threw it inside and asked his friend to pick it up and then get into the bucket. Eventually, the small kid started pulling up the rope. He never gave up till the elder one reached the ground. They were very happy, they were crying in tears, but at the same time, they were afraid. When they go back and tell the story, everybody is going to shout at them. But you see, nothing of that sort happened. But instead, what happened was people could not believe how this tiny little one could pull an elder fellow. But there was one very, very elderly person, a grandfather type. He could believe the story. He said, well done. But people somehow could not digest the fact that how can a small boy do this kind of a wonder? So everybody went to that old grandfather and kept asking, listen, we are not able to believe the story. What is all this about? The grandfather says, see, it's very simple. He fell down. So the other one put the bucket inside, pulled it very hard up, and brought him out. It's very simple. This is what it is. So everybody is like, still, how? And then the thing is, it's not about how he was able to do. The point here was why he was able to do. Now, the answer for this, why he was able to do is, can anybody guess? Can anybody comment on the chat box and tell me? Somebody says determination. Okay, can I have some more answers? Yes, correct. No one was there to demotivate him, or nobody was there to tell him, you cannot do this. So he thought he could do it and he did it. That's the whole point. Yes, confidence. He was also scared that he would lose his best friend. Of course, the desire to save his very best friend. So all this is true, but at the same time, the distraction was not there. That's the most important thing. So if we can keep this one thing out of our life, I think we can achieve a lot. Now, to do that, probably we need to manage our time, especially online learning program. So how do you strike the right balance between a study and personal life, because both are important? So balancing study and personal life. First of all, do not postpone anything that is given in your college or in the class or whatever it is. That's very important. Please consider it is serious. I mean, it is a serious affair for which we are all together here. No wasting time. We are here to teach you, you are here to learn. Of course, mutually, we are also here to learn. Sometimes you also land up teaching us that no, no, this is not the way it is. You see, it is generation. So, with moving time, we all learn together. Please do consider taking a day off for yourself and make sure that you have spent that quality one day in a very well manner so that you are rejuvenated. And please avoid multitasking. If you think that you have the screen open for the lecture class, this lecture is going on, and you can go and in the other simultaneously in another window, you can do something else. Neither you're doing that nor you're being attentive. Please avoid multitasking. Also fiddling with the cell phones and looking into certain things and all that. So avoid distractions. Most importantly, you have to designate your study period, and in that study period, strictly no social media, strictly no anything that is going to distract you types. Avoid distractions. Most importantly, please take care of your health, because if you're healthy only you can be attentive and you can study, otherwise you cannot. You have to utilize your time in creative things. So try to create or try to innovate. You are very good innovative people actually. So you should try and do a lot of that. And if you stick to your schedule, I think you will be fine. So, can you do this? Yes, I can. So, how do you balance academics and social life? Now, when I say social life, I don't mean that hanging around in the social media, like your Insta pages, FB, WhatsApp, and all that. This is all there. Social media is there with all this social distancing in the pandemic that is going on, and probably our life is going to change with all these things. Today, I'm here to tell you that it is equally important to embrace the changes, because only change is constant. So that will keep happening. Change is permanent, in fact. So, to get the most out of studying and focusing on academics, you have to provide breaks to refresh and recharge along with your new friends. By the way, once you get into college, you'll have a lot of new friends, and that's even more a cause of distraction, by the way. So, the act of balancing, what does it deal with? First of all, you have to, like I told you, designate the time. So you have to divide the time in a scheduled manner. How much you're investing on studies, how much you're investing on socializing or meeting people, talking people, how much you're investing on maybe a play or an exercise, or your health, your diet, concerns like that. So you have to find time for that. And you should also allow for flexibility. It's not a very strict timetable. You see, this is your own budget, your own time, like how you have this much of money and you have to manage the entire thing. Similarly, you have to set goals which you think you can achieve. So that means you need to have directions and destination for both academic and social life. You should know by the end of it, what are you getting, what are you up to. then you should have a sense of accomplishment. Yes, today I did this. Today I wanted to go here with my friend. We went. We did this. We did shopping, or anything of that sort. We watched a movie together. And then every time you complete something, this is like this treat yourself is more about when you complete certain tasks in your own academics, when you set some goal in your academic line and you accomplish that. I think it calls for a celebration. So have some kind of rewards for yourself. Treat yourself. Plan your schedule, and make a very nice, colorful weekly to do list. Then you can prioritize your work. Then you can break the larger works into smaller components. Then you can also set the goals and deadlines for the projects that has to be done, because it'll be assignments with timelines. And most importantly, please avoid perfectionism. You all tend to do it. No, 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 I want to do it so well, so I will take longer than what everybody is doing. So you're going to try and convince your teacher that, ma'am, please give me that 1 day extra. Sir, please, another 2 more days we'll be able to do it. No, it's not about being perfect. It is about also going with the flow in time. So, if you can assess the amount of time you have been wasting on unwanted things, you will realize that actually you have got abundant of time to do the right thing. And only when you do the right thing, over a period of time, you will achieve that perfectionism. Even if you're not achieving perfectionism, no worries. Nobody is
என்ன
going to put us in jail, right? For not being
என்ன
perfect. We are human beings.
என்ன
All right. So, when you're doing that, you
என்னது
should also be aware of too much of stress, because stress keeps us focused and aware of all that needs to be done at the same time. It can motivate you to study harder, complete assignments and projects on time. But if the stress is more than becoming a motivation, then it is something called as the stress overload. And how the stress overload shows up? Signs of it. So you start getting anxiety attacks, then you're feeling very pressured, hassled, always you're in a hurry, you're already irritated for the day, you're very moody. Then maybe it will also show up on your body. You might have stomach problems, headaches, chest pain, or you might get allergy. And this most of these asthma people, their asthma gets aggravated because of stress. Then you might have problems of sleeping. And then there are people who, when they are stressed, they eat too much, drink too much, this overeating, over drinking, and all this happens. And then some people who couldn't really handle will run into depression or sadness. Now, see, we all don't want to do that, right? So, we all have ways of relieving our stresses. It could be a regular exercise, and it could be just very simple thing. See, I know this gyan giving is like, very easy to tell and hard to do it. So, when we say meditate, massage, breathing exercise, and all that, maybe it doesn't strike you all the time, and you don't have to really wake up every day at 6 o'clock, very stringently and punctually to do all these things. Whenever you can sit and relax just with breathing exercises. Or maybe you take a walk. That's the best thing. And especially walking in the sun is the best source of absorbing vitamin D. This will help you gain a lot of positivity, and it will help you stay in a focused mood. So that's most important. Then, of course, there's something which is free of cost, which we all can do. Just laugh. Laugh at anything, laugh at anybody, laugh at jokes, those kind of things. Please practice something called as positive talk. That means you talk to yourself. You tell yourself that you're the best. You're trying to do your best. You want to be, something above the best, right? Okay. But then you should also accept whatever happens. It will just pass away. You can just handle it. I can handle this. This will also pass. No problem. We will deal with this. I will do it. I will come back and do it. Of course, right now I'm tired, but then I will do it again. So don't give up. That should be the attitude. Then create an assets column, that include everything that brings you joy and happiness. You can also talk to your friend or somebody whom you really love and you love to share. You tell them that, I have such and such a sorrow, I don't know what to do. Your friend or that loved person may not give you a solution, but the burden from your heart, it just relieves, it just eases. It is such a relaxing thing to do. Then You have to make the best out of such kind of circumstances, or you have to get away from that by being optimistic. Your outlook. You know what? When you're really sad and depressed, just go and wear your favorite clothing. Just apply your perfume, favorite perfume. Just look good and feel good in front of the mirror. You should feel like, oh my God, it's the most beautiful piece that God has ever created. You should have the attitude where you should be, able to take it with everything with a pinch of salt. It's okay, we have fallen, but we can get up types. Then your thoughts, it's very important because the thoughts influence the way you see things. Sometimes you may not be able to do it all by yourself. There's nothing wrong in asking for help. So ask for help. People who have strong network and family, friends, all these kind of people, they will be able to manage stress better because they talk to people, they share, they discuss, and they will come out of it. At least they get motivated from such kind of people. So, how do we now do the act of balancing? So, balancing is like it will start right away from your health. Please balance your health. Take care of your health. Feel healthy and energized. Maintain a healthy diet. Sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours per night. When I say sleep, it is night, okay? It's not the daytime sleep I'm talking about because there's something called as the biological cycle and we all should respect it. When we respect the biological cycle and the nature also treats us in good health, in harmony. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, even on weekends, even if you don't like it, even if you feel like sleeping till 10 o'clock. Try and avoid that. Most important of all, it's okay to say no. What is this no? I've been talking about, in my presentation, yes, I can, yes, I can, yes, I can. And suddenly I'm telling, it's okay, you can say no. Now, this no is something where you validate that it is important to do it at this time or it is not important to do it at this time. You have to gauge that. Then only your budgeting of time will be a successful one. So, for certain distractions which come without your invitation, or when you're really not in a mood for anything else other than academics, then you should really be trying to say no. It's okay, no harm. Get your work done, then have fun. This can help ease some of the anxiety. So, that's what is more important to us. So, maintaining a healthy lifestyle will bring so much of harmony into your entire system. Now that thing becomes your routine, and that routine becomes your lifestyle. So this way you can actually enjoy and spend time with your friends and family. So this is the mantra. Then there will be sometimes conflicts. How do you manage such kind of conflicts? You have to be in a place where you are determined to be. If I am taking up this particular course and I have this many subjects, 4 to 5 subjects or 6 subjects, you should know that these 6 subjects are my priority for the 3 months because the semester will hardly last for 3 months. After 3 months, you have your study holidays, you have your examinations, and you have your vacation. See, you have so much of time to enjoy after that. Of course, during that 3 months also, while you're studying, while you're engaged in that course, you should also enjoy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That can be done with scheduling and organizing. Of course, when you're rewarding yourself suitably from time to time, you will love doing more of it. Like I told you, we're just human beings. It's all right. Use all the support system that is possible. The support system can be your friends, your family, anybody who could help you on time. And don't think or don't target that you're going to get a straight away A grade and all that. So that probably was at least not my motto. Please have some fun, and like I said, say no, and you should know when you should ask for help. So, can you do all this? Can you manage conflicting demands? You should be. That is why I said yes, we can. Now, studies and play. What is the importance of balancing both of this? It is very significant. And if you do it, you really win. So, benefits. What are the benefits? It keeps you relaxed. That's the most important thing we want. It is a relaxation which recharges your brain. It makes the mind stress free. So, you need a stress free mind because you need to think of new ideas to memorize better and to perform optimally during examinations. So, when you maintain your well being, your regular play with studies keep both your physique and mind in sound shape. Focusing only on academics and ignoring play might also hurt your health. You might get exhausted. Maintaining your health and well being acts as an insurance against poor performance in the examinations or even missing your exams altogether just because you've fallen sick. Spending too much time on play might drain you out of your energy. That also you have to take care. This is like adverse. You might feel fatigued while trying to concentrate on your studies. You must balance both studies and play to optimize your performance. So that's why I say balance. Balance is very important in life. So, what is the advantage of all this? It makes you more social amongst peers. You're not the person who's always found with the book and like a bookworm. You should also learn to mingle with people. As you balance both of it, it increases your network of friends and acquaintances, and you can work a lot more things on the long run. And people will come to know what you're good at, your talents, your aspirations, and you'll have a more of a attractive personality with the knowledge and interest spanning over multiple topics. Now, this need not be only your academics, it can be anything that you're good at. So people will know your talent. This is how they will come to know when you socialize. These are the kinds of traits that make some kind of leadership qualities too. So certainly competing for a leadership position, especially if you have a good people skill, is always advantageous. So there is less time for digital distractions when you play, and when you physically move around, there's very less time for distractions. So then even watching TV or spending too much on social media automatically gets waved off when you're physically involved with certain games or exercises and things like that. So such distractions may reduce the attention span and concentration. By dividing the time between studies and play, you spend your free hours doing something very, very productive. Now, this is all we are most interested about. So play is actually a great way of optimizing your time. Probably when I began this presentation, you wouldn't have expected that I would say something like that. But this is what I've got to say. It is also like the best thing that is not at all hard is to balance studies and play. So what you have to do is you have to make timetable, plan accordingly, and just obey your timetable. And when you have obeyed, when you have achieved, treat yourself simple. When you have a focused and a routine lifestyle, you don't fall sick. When you don't fall sick, you can concentrate more. And when you concentrate more, automatically you are doing really, really good. You may not be getting A grades, but at least you will pass in a very good score. So that's what is very important. And this way you will be successful. It also creates a lot of harmony in your life, and life becomes enjoyable. Life is simply beautiful. Now let's look at another video. Let's see how you can understand what you are, know your worth.
It's a story I think everyone should hear. Before he got in front of the scientists, here is the It's almost 2 years. Before I give it to you, go to the children's store. Tell them that I want to sell and see how much they offer. The son of the soldier came back and said, they already because they are sold. The father said, no, try the pawn shop. The son went to the pawn shop, came back to his father and said, the pawn shop lost her $120 because of it has a scratch. The father asked the son to go to the museum and showed them the some quietly question this knowledge judgment, but still the curator of 75,000 with this rare bits to be included in their precious antique collection. The father responds, I wanted to show that the right place, value, don't find yourself because you are never saying things which someone doesn't see. Appreciate it. If you don't know your value, you will always far less self-doubt in relationships or their friendships when it comes to their job. They know they are worth more, but they settle for someone else's invitation. That is to know your worth. Also, will allow just about to influence their perception of themselves. But people out there refuse to accept the opinions of small-minded people. They refuse to be criticized. They will not be defined by anyone but themselves. They know their value is set by themselves, by their own thoughts about who they are. Don't someone else's opinion of what they are worth. Don't let them put a price on you. You set your own price. And don't try to give discounts to other people so you can fit in or be liked. People need to be everything happy in the end. Put yourself first. You must build yourself up. By the work you do every day, you build it by the way that you show up every single day, day in and day out. No excuses, no shortcuts, just a relentless dedication to be the best that you can be. If you have someone in your life that tries to diminish your abilities in any way, the time has come to move those people along. It's time to awaken that part of you that demands more from your life. Because only you know you are truly capable. It's time to wake up and shut the world. Shut those who counted you with a stupid level of determination. Shut those who doubted you with a commitment to excellence that cannot be matched by those who are weak. Shut those who doubted you with a education today as to draw on the same and humanity and be a person no one thought you could be. Because only you know you are truly you. You determine the level you demand of yourself.
Thank you for being very patient and kind enough to put up with me. So I just wanted to show, and then yes, there were people who were telling about the echo. I'm sorry for that. But most importantly, the message was that, you all have seen this video. Most of you, I can see there are messages that you have seen these videos. So why am I showing it now? Is it's only like a reminder that we are going to take all these messages that, we should appreciate our own worth and we shouldn't be settling for less. So now, by heart, you can actually think and feel that, yes, I can do this. So, what we'll do now, quickly, very, very quickly, we'll have an exercise. So, a very small one, you should be yourself and you should just write down the following. First of all, you should be able to describe yourself here. See, I'm not suggesting you to immediately complete this assignment and give it off. But I would recommend that if you can do this for yourself and look back to yourself, you would have a clarity of who you are, what you are, and what you're going through. This you can do it at any point of time. Okay, just a moment. Describe yourself in, let's say, in one sentence or in one or two lines. Describe yourself, what you are, or how you feel about yourself. The next thing is, write down that one thing you want in your life. Okay, so it's very easy, it's not very complicated. You all can discuss with your own inner self, and then you should be writing. This is not something which you discuss with your friends and write it. It is to discuss with your own inner self and to write what you are. How do you describe yourself? And what is that you want in your life? And you can also make a list of things that you're thankful about. Thank God I have a laptop. Thank God today there is power. Or thank God I'm able to attend a session. That thankfulness. So whatever things you feel thankful about, make a list of it. Then this is what I was saying about planning, organizing, and all that. Describe your week in one word. Now this is not only very serious issues, it's all the fun types also. How do you feel about a Monday? And how about a Tuesday? And how do you describe a Wednesday in just one word? Let's say, what is Thursday to you? Probably Friday onwards for everybody, it's very, very exciting because they've come to the weekend. They have so much of plans. I want to do this Saturday. I want to sleep along. I want to go to movies, all that. So just write that one word which describe your week. Then you should also be able to compose what makes you happy. This is very important. You see, you should just write this and stick it on the wall and every day go and see it. What is that which makes you happy? Every time you're sad, you just have to go and do that to-do list. That's it. So it is not like, it's a very ideal thing or it's of a reason, but actually it's an imagination. Imagining something also can give you so much of happiness. So can you think of those? Can you make a list of those? So when you have the list of happiness, then you should also be wondering or writing what worries you have got. So write down your worries. See, if you see that I have given more space for writing happiness than about the worries. You see, I've given 4 options here, but here I've given only 2 options. Because there's no end to a complaint. You can keep on complaining throughout your life. But how do we resolve that? Or how do you ignore that or move ahead out of that? And you can also question, can I control the outcomes of these worries? And if it is a yes, then please go ahead and do it. And if it is a no, why at all even worry? So, if you are able to control, then you should write very, very clearly what and how can you control your worries. Most of you will realize for the sake of doing this assignment itself, you will stop worrying. I don't have worries only, ma'am. I am very happy. Good. Assignment less, worry less, job less, everything less. No stress. And you should also think about, what makes you feel negative. Only when you have a specific question, then only you can arrive at a specific answer. So it's very important to write what makes you feel negative. After that, you should think about all those beautiful things that make you happy or you feel beautiful about. What are those things? Name it, list it down. And then in a thought page, you can write anything and everything that comes to your mind. This is because you have to somewhere vent or somewhere put yourself out and see for yourself what all things that you have been carrying. If it is something good, it will reflect back to you good. If it is something bad or if it is something negative, you will see that, my God, I have been carrying so much of a negativity. It's like, carrying so much of debris with you all the time. So this thought page will give you that kind of an insight. Okay, these are the things that I had or I was going through. So let us look into it, or let us take care of it one by one. So this is a very, very small exercise. You see, you can do it at any point of the time. So if you do it today, probably when you're fresh minded, I think it's going to help you more. So I would like to conclude this session with a very nice song, in fact. This time I'll try my audio level best. Just give me a minute. Thank you. Please let me know if you can hear this. Not able to hear? Audio is not clear.
Yes, ma'am. It's fine.
Too much of disturbance. Okay. Let me try once again. So it's echoing. Okay. Fine. See, this is a very simple this thing. You can just browse it for yourself also. It's a song called Never Giving Up. When you're low, I think you can hear this, and it is really motivating and energizing. So thank you so much for your time and patience.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, 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 ma'am.
The most three
Thank you,
important
ma'am.
words we can say to
Thank
ourselves,
you, ma'am.
yes, I can. We have the power to do anything. We just need to build the right mindset. Dear ma'am, the positivity you have created today will definitely drive us to have a fresh start to this week. So thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful session, and thank you for having accepted our invitation and graced us today. Now, I request Dr. P.R. Balaji, Dean and Director, Nehru College of Aeronautics and Applied Sciences, for the felicitation note. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very, very good morning to one and all present here. A happy Monday morning. We have entered into the second week of our orientation program, and your orientation program is going to be for another one more week until Friday. And today, being the very first day of the week, we thought we need to bring in the right person to begin the week with brightness and sunshine, even though the weather is today looks rainy. We immediately thought of bringing in the best speaker today, architect Dr. Amrutha with us, the director of Nehru School of Architecture. Ma'am, after listening to you, not only the students,
Yes,
not only after
yes, sir.
listening to you, not only the students, even I feel, yes, I can. Dear students, you have started with whether you can do. Ma'am said, yes, I can. And definitely, this has motivated, inspired all of us who were attending this session. That end of the session, we thought, yes, we can. Everybody will have to think, yes, I can. That is the possibility. You have everything, all the capacities you all have. Only thing you need a catalyst to boost, and here the ma'am has come as a catalyst to energize you. Dear students, as I said, you have just stepped into the college life. You may be wondering, I'm supposed to be an aeronautical student, and why people are coming and talking about, yes, I can, breaking the barriers, attitude determines the altitude. No. These first 6 days, 7 days, it's going to be really motivational topics. And the Nehru Group of Institution is having very good resource, human resources, and that's the reason you are listening to the best speakers. Ma'am had clearly said how you need to balance your study and your life. Many parents also they make a mistake by thinking my ward has gone to the college, now he needs to concentrate only in studies. I think the parents, those who are in the platform, should also understand, ma'am, life, as ma'am had said, it has to be balanced between your study and your life. Okay, somebody may be good in studies and some may be good in extracurricular activities. So they will have to give equal importance to both. The simple example I always cite, because my favorite cricketer, Tendulkar, he was not good in academics, but the parent identified that he is very good in cricket. So that's how we will have to do. The great sports persons are there. There are great, people, the scientists, everyone have become, they have always followed their passion. So that is what, and ma'am had clearly said, you need to balance it. Only thing when ma'am says clearly balanced, don't try to concentrate too much only into your extracurricular, because as it says, balance means what? You will have to give equal importance to your academics as well. You are all aspiring aviation students. Ma'am also said, you don't surround around people with negative energy. There will be so many naysayers. Naysayers means they will say no. They will try to discourage you and they will try to bring you down. No, I just remember one small story which on the other day when I was seeing, it was said by Rajinikanth. When I say I want to tell a story, you may not show much importance, but it was said by the superstar Rajinikanth. He said a small story, a very inspiring, about naysayers. Once there was a competition, and it was a very slippery, long boat, and three frogs were participating in the competition. The competition says Any frog which reaches the top of the pole will get the prize. So the competition began, and everybody started climbing. All the three frogs started climbing the pole. It is very, very slippery, and they all could reach only 1 meter. They slip down and again fall down, and they try. But everybody, all the other frogs were around. They were telling, please don't try. If you go there on the top, if you slip and fall down, you are going to die. You are going to risk your life. And out of the three frogs, one frog kept on progressing. It kept on climbing. And finally, when the other frogs could not climb up, they gave up. The other two frogs, because so many people are telling no, 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 they said, why we'll have to risk a life? Let's forego the gift. And they stayed back. Finally, one frog, it reached the pole. And when the frog came down, it won the prize, and everyone was surprised. They said, how could you do it when everyone were telling no, 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 you're going to risk your life? You did not bother about other people, you just climbed. And the frog kept quiet. Then the frog's friend, another frog, said, no, this frog is deaf. It cannot hear, it cannot know what you're speaking. So what has happened? Because the frog was deaf, it could not hear the naysayers. People were telling, no, you can't do. It did not bother. It was focusing on what it has to do, and it reached its goal. That is how ma'am has clearly said, avoid the naysayers. Okay? When people, if you think they are with negative energy, please avoid those companies. Always be in a company of positive energy. Okay, in this situation, it's very wrong for me to say be with the people, those who are with positive energy. That is something to do with COVID. We are talking about your mindset. Okay, good. Now, ma'am has also said how you will have to take care of your stress. Okay, many people are stressed. No, because especially it happens, people would have studied in a Tamil medium, and you are going to come here, the media, everything is going to be English. Okay, that is how your class lectures are going to be. You may be little worried, you may be stressed, you may be thinking how I am going to understand, you will not be in a position to communicate, but everything is possible. All you will have to do is you will have to sincerely practice and find out, as ma'am says, where is your weakness, and then try to concentrate and improve on your weakness. So do little bit of exercise, as ma'am had said, and it's not going to cost you money. Though we have a very good gym, fully equipped gym in our campus, not necessarily you have to become a member of the gym and go there and do. Ma'am said a simple walking exercise in the sunlight, which will give you vitamin D. Please do that. Okay, do. And lot of the plays you will have to concentrate in your other curricular activity. If you are good in singing, practice in the evening after your college hours. If you are good in some sports, you practice, because practice makes a man perfect. You will have to do. Take time to relax. As ma'am said, recharge your brain. Okay, because you will have to keep your brain always active. Okay, don't build stress in it. The mind is like a garbage. Ma'am clearly said, identify your good friends, your class advisors, and share your worries, share your sorrows, so they will try to help you out. Otherwise, the mind is like a garbage bin. If you keep start storing everything without throwing it out, what will happen? It will start stinking, and you will ruin yourself. So whenever you have a problem, please spell out, speak to your people, take your friends, your parents, or even the class advisors and the faculty members as your good friend, and please share your worries, and they will try to help you out. Ma'am also spoke about the biological clock. Please have a very decent timing to sleep. This is the biggest problem with the younger generation, which I have been seeing. I will not say all are the same, but most of the students, they are into the habit of playing PUBG, they are into the social media. Yes, be there. I am not telling you should not be a member of a Facebook, you should not be into Twitter and all that. So many other good things also this media gives. But engrossing too much into it, it's not good. So people, they forget the time, they go to the bed late at nights at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, spoiling their health, and morning you have no choice. You need to get up and rush to the college. You will have limited sleep. In this age, you should also have a good amount of sleep. As ma'am rightly said, 7 to 8 hours you need to sleep. For that, go set a biological clock. As we said, if you want to sleep latest by 10, 10:30, go to the bed. Try to get up at 5:36. Okay, latest by 6 I will recommend. In fact, if you ask me, 5 is the best time. Between 4 to 7 is the best time for studies and for all other activities. So that is the best time. But okay, I will be asking for too much if I say you'll have to get up at 4. But at least try to get up at 6. Okay, try to spend 1 hour for your studies, little bit of exercise, and then you need to come into the campus only before 9:30. So everything, ma'am said, come out with a timetable, your own timetable, and please ensure that you follow the timetable strictly. When we say timetable, it's like your class timetable. You will have to know what time you're supposed to go to the bed, what time you're supposed to have your dinner, your lunch, little bit of exercise, allot some time for studies, allot some studies, time for your WhatsApp, your Facebook, whatever it is. As we said, balance it. We are not going to say no to anything. And ma'am clearly said, know your worth. And know your worth, And ma'am has played a wonderful video how the grandfather is giving a clock, a watch, and he's telling, go and find out its worth. Unless you go to the right place, you will not know its worth. I can even cite, you see, the raindrop. The raindrop, if it falls in the river, it becomes a drinking water. If it falls in a gutter, it goes waste. Nobody can even go near the gutter. And the same drop, if it falls into an oyster, that is a shell, it becomes a pearl. Okay? Because the drop of the water is the same, but whom you associate with, that gives you the real value. Ma'am has clearly showed all the videos and she has motivated you. Now we will have to do. And when it says it's 200 years old watch, I remember a joke from Vadivel movie, Friends. Okay, when the associates of Vadivel, they break a grandfather clock, immediately the owner comes and says, you idiot, I have been, keeping this so safe for the last 200 years and you have broken it. Immediately Vadivel says, oh sir, I also thought it is new. Thank God it's old, 200 years. Why? That man doesn't know the value of the antique pieces, isn't it? So you will have to realize your value. Everybody are filled with energy, filled with value, and filled with potential. Dear students, on this Monday morning, I would like to really thank for having our doctor, architect Dr. Amrutha, here in this platform. Ma'am, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and for
So it's my
motivating
pleasure
and
to always
yeah,
be with you people, and we are in the same campus, and it is like our campus together we are, and like you always say that together we achieve more. So it is
yes.
always like that. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, sir. Good
Ma'am,
day.
in fact, I need to wholeheartedly thank you. Your words were very, very inspiring. You had really taken pain to come out with a colorful, nice, meaningful PowerPoint slides. So nice it was. I was there in the whole session. I
Thank
wish
you, sir.
we will have more such sessions from you once the lockdown is eased out. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
sir.
ma'am, once again. And
Yes, sir.
over to the host, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all. So this concludes the
Madam,
session one.
madam, thank you, madam. Okay, thank you, madam, HOD. Thank you very much, madam, for your very kind, nice session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
thank you for all the.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
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 So thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
I
ma'am.
request all of you to have a I request all the students to have a 15 minutes break and rejoin us for
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
second section by
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
11:35.
Thank you,
Kindly
ma'am.
note the timing. It's
Thank you, ma'am.
11:35.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.